Right. Hey, y'all, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast. Y'all go there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Follow over there. My light follow. But hey, man, y'all know, man, tonight we got a real question for y'all, man. Superstition. Is it real or is it fake? What y'all think? But hey, we're gonna get into it in a few. But y'all know we got the pound. We got, man, what's your name?
Karma.
Karma.
Mr. 360, huh?
Karma. Yeah, Mr. 360. And then y'all know we got Mr. Michael, man. We in here tonight doing our thing. Cause I really believe superstition is a myth. But to those who do believe in superstition, I think you just need to do some more self-awareness checking and more self-development. You will find out what it is for yourself. But hey, we're gonna get it started, man. Mike, give us a little bit of what you got, man.
Well, I'm always thinking about something, and I always hear, every time you turn around, somebody talk about, I ain't gonna do that. Man, if you do this, that's gonna happen. And to me, I concentrate more on logic. I believe more in logic, or I
Right.
guess I could say I believe more in science. But over the years, from what I've experienced and what I've seen, I've come to realize that actually it's fake and it's real.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on your perspective, and we're going to get into that a little deeper, and then you'll understand why I say that.
Right.
Because superstition, to most people, I mean, superstition goes way back. People used to see an eclipse of the sun, and all of a sudden, it was the end of the world, doom and gloom. There was no way to
Right.
explain, like volcanoes erupting. They wanted to sacrifice a virgin to the gods, the volcano gods, to keep it from erupting, destroying the villages and stuff like that. See, this is
Okay.
all illogical, irrational, but these are things that actually happened throughout history, and it's been watered down a lot over the years. But we'll get more into it. So, what
All
you got,
right.
Mister Karma?
I want to call bullshit on the whole thing. I don't believe in superstitions. People saying that, all the volcanoes erupting, the eclipse. We as the human race always need something to shift the blame to.
Right.
It's backed by science. So, the number 13, what's so unlucky about the number 13?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
The number 666.
Come to find
Okay.
out, and come to find out, 666 is a great number.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Black cats walking under a ladder, breaking a pole when you're walking with someone.
Right.
Is it inconsiderate? Yeah. But breaking a pole and walking under a ladder, you're going to fall. You're going to have 7 years bad luck breaking a mirror. Bitch,
Right.
look, no. I
All the
mean,
basics.
your Bible tells you that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So are your beliefs. So anything that you put forth into the universe is liable to follow you. So
That's right.
when it comes to like superstitions and all this other stuff, it's for the birds.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like bad karma, I only met one bad karma in my life. And it was when I was in college, and she was a horrible person, but the sex was great. So go figure.
Usually
But
is.
other than that, I'm good. I'm good on the whole superstition things. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So what I did the research how it started was as humanity's attempted to create meaning of all of this safety and in control of a world that was they felt it was dangerous and mysterious. So that's when they started coming up with all of these things that saying, oh, you do this and this happens, you do this and this happens. But like you were saying about the black cat, they had black cat on the pedestal of the kings and the queens
Yeah.
Yeah.
for good luck because it was good luck. So,
Yep.
once we get the European definition of all of this, we get the Western hemisphere definition of a lot of things that we created, then it turns into black badness. Then it turns into, oh, that's not right. Oh, we got to direct their attention away from the truth. So we're going to say the number 13 is bad. We're going to say the number 666 in sequence is the devil. When all in actuality, it was magical. It was magi. Magi meaning that things appear from your belief system, from your faith system, from your knowledge of what you see. So we have to realize that a lot of these things that we were programmed under, we have to unprogram, unlearn, because we was all lies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to stop knocking on the wood. Knock on wood if you make it feel comfortable. If that make you feel comfortable, knock on the wood. You ain't gonna trip out. But walking under a ladder, that's just a safety hazard. The guy's on the ladder, he doesn't want you walking under it.
Yeah.
Because if you bump it,
yeah, if you bump it now, he's off the ladder. So that's not superstition. That's just knowledge of saying, hey man, don't hit the ladder. You know what I'm saying? Some things are common sense, and some things, it's more people living off of emotion these days than they do logic these days. So the whole world has been so emotionally tied to a lot of falsehoods to where we just keep evolving, passing on. Like I tell people, it's not a generational curse, it's a generational conversation.
Yeah.
You done told your kids some stuff that your great grandmother told you that you shouldn't have told them because it didn't apply to them. It would have gave them more confidence if you wouldn't have said what you said. If you wouldn't have told them that nonsense, it would have gave you more confidence.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones as a kid was step on a crack, break your mama back. Every time she used to make me mad, I used to jump up and down on cracks, and it never broke her back. I'm like,
Never broke her back.
it don't work.
Right. Hey, but did you guys know that up until the construction era, like when New York was being built, all these high rises, they built every building without a 13th floor behind that superstition.
Right.
And if you think about it logically, how can there not be a 13th floor? Only way that's possible is to not have a building higher than 12 floors.
Exactly.
Now, just because you rename it or you skip a number does not eliminate that 13th floor. So it's like, how can that possibly be something that's real? Yeah, I used to think about all kinds of stuff like that. And it says that in the simple term, superstition is when people believe something brings good luck, bad luck, protection, or danger without a clear evidence. And a lot of times people were using these things, I guess, as a coping mechanism or why something happened to them. Because, like Karma said, people were always looking for an excuse or a reason that something would happen to them. It's like, why is it happening to me and not somebody else? Or maybe it was just your turn. Or sometimes that's all it is. It's just your turn to have a bad day. But then when you go, like I said, I believe both to be true for the simple fact that there's no logical reasoning behind superstition. But what your mind believes, your body can bring into fruition, so to say. So if somebody tells you something and you believe it, you can actually create that in reality in the physical world. So now, but that's not a supernatural event. That's your mind taking control. And a lot of that is behind the power of suggestion, like with soothsayers, palm readers, somebody going to tell you your future. It's like I remember when I was a kid, we used to look into reading the paper. Everybody wanted to go to the horoscope. What's your horoscope say? But you think logically, how is it that one horoscope is going to be relevant to millions of people? And then you got the American horoscope and you got the Chinese horoscope, and they don't even correlate. So how does that work?
Well, it's all about the signs. Each sign has its different meaning behind it. It's like they say the Aries is the first sign of the horoscope. The Pisces is the last sign of the horoscope. And sometimes when you go off into the moons and the stars and the quasars or however that goes, but astrology goes back to chemistry, and like like we all know, chemistry comes from the word chemet, which means black. You know, that's the original. That's why Africa was called Kemet. Well, Egypt was called Kemet because there was too many black people. So they just chemistry came from that. You know, because of us, they had to study us. So, but the thing is, with astrology, I believe in astrology at to a certain degree. So I'm not gonna
Yes,
give it all of its props, but to a certain degree, some of the stuff that you read in the astrology, that you read through astronomy, it does occur, or it does have that part of you tied to it. You know,
right.
like Virgos, they're calm people. They stay to themselves. They don't ask too much. You know, and
But when you piss us
Alejandro
off,
and
you
my
piss us off.
son,
I'm a Virgo, September
yeah, I
9th.
know it. And my son and Alejandro, they act the same way when they don't want to. They don't ask no questions. They ain't asking nobody for help. They gonna figure this shit out. And it's like, hey man, sometimes you
Hey,
gotta ask somebody something. Nah, I'm
I
all
ask
right.
Yeah,
myself. I
See,
look in the mirror and
see
I
what
ask
I'm saying?
myself, if I live long
That's
enough,
him.
oh, I'm gonna
That's
get
a
a whole
Virgo for
ass.
you.
I'm gonna make it happen.
yep.
I'm not asking for no help because I don't want nobody waving nothing over my head. Remember that time? No, nigga, I don't. I don't. Like I could be broke and have $1 million smile. They'll never know.
Yeah.
But I
That
mean,
part right
like I
there.
said, it goes back to the whole mindset as well because Serena Williams, she made a comment being interviewed before saying that when she has a winning streak, she wears the same socks. Like she does not wash her socks.
Right.
She'll put the
Hmm.
same dirty, crusty, sweaty socks on until she loses. And when she loses, that's when she'll go ahead and wash them.
Right.
Yeah. But see,
That's it.
there's so many people that do that. Michael
I mean, but they
Jordan,
do
he
it
had
like
his
she said she did it for
superstitions.
like to keep her psychological edge. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. But like playing sports, oh man, don't wash your jersey. Oh, okay. My jersey,
Now,
the
Yeah, and then,
whitest one out there. Because I'm washing.
eh, and
yeah.
then the question goes right back to, well, is it real or is it just in your mind? Because what it is a lot of people, they look at these superstitions and it gives them a voter, it gives them confidence. It
Right.
makes them be more, they're more willing to take risks. They're not
Yeah.
so worried about, well, what if? It's like, okay, I got this. And it's like in the research, they were talking about dancers, actors, athletes, soldiers, all of these different things. They have rituals before their event on what they do, but it's
Yeah.
not really based on superstition. It's basically getting you in the right mindset.
Right.
It's like I'll tell you when we get before we go on the mission, we say this prayer. The prayer, I mean, sacrilegious most likely, but as far as we know, we not the baddest mofo's in the valley. But
Right.
when we got off of that plane, we knew that nobody was going to beat us, nobody could stop us, and that we were invincible
Yeah.
until we saw somebody get shot, fall or step on a mine. Then you realize, oh shit, I
Yeah.
guess the prayer didn't work for him, but it
Yeah,
working for
exactly. It
me.
didn't work for him. Like, damn, you ain't believe in yourself, huh?
Right? Yeah, he didn't believe good enough. But it's like I was saying. I told y'all the story about a friend of mine. He was superstitious. We getting ready
Yeah.
to go on a jump. So we on the airfield, sitting on the runway, waiting on the plane. And he was like, "Mike, I'm worried." I'm like, "What you worried about? You done did this already so many times." He's like, "Yeah, man, but this is about 13th jump." I'm like, "And?" So he's like, "Yeah, man, I got this bad feeling something going to happen." So now
Right.
all day, all he talked about is the 13th jump, something going to happen. But I don't even remember the reason. But somehow, I think it was bad weather came in, and the plane couldn't fly, so we couldn't jump. So it was canceled. All well and good. Now he all happy. He didn't have to jump. But what he forgot was that the next jump was still his 13th jump.
Exactly.
He jumped and broke his back. Literally,
Right.
he jumped and broke his back. Was in
Wow.
complete body cast for 6 months until he could get out of the cast and be able to get up. Then he had to learn how to walk all over again. But
Mm-hmm.
see, that was his mind. His mind, he put himself in that danger because he kept telling himself that this is going to happen. And the
Mm-hmm.
13th jump was the reason that it was going to happen. And
Yeah.
like to say, if you repeat something enough, it becomes true. And when it comes to the mind, it does become true in reality. So
Right.
the
Yeah.
physical world, and that's what he did. He brought it on himself.
That's why I tend to cast down any negative thought that I have. Like, even when I was doing rootless things, I would just cast down the negative because I personally don't have time to sit up there and think about what if I get caught? What
Yeah.
if, what if, what if? Like, no, don't
Right.
get caught.
That's it.
That's it.
And be prepared for the consequences.
Be
You know what they're
prepared.
gonna be. If
Yeah.
you're prepared for the consequences, then what are you worried about?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
already
That's
know.
it.
If I ain't ready to take the consequences, then I ain't gonna do it.
So
So
what I don't understand is this right here. So it says a belief or practice based on fear of the unknown. My
hmm
whole thing is this right here. You have never met God, but you believe in God. That's unknown. So
yeah,
why wouldn't you fear? Like they say, you got to have the fear of God in you. You know what I'm saying? Is that a superstition as well?
technically, because a lot of superstitions are based on religious beliefs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of it comes from.
Go
That's where
back
those
to so
sacrifices and all that
because
stuff came from.
they were controlling.
Yeah, that was the
That's how
whole
they
thing. Even with
controlled it.
witchcraft. Yeah,
Yeah.
with witchcraft, they would say, "Oh, 9 times out of 10, the witches were the beautiful, sexy women, and all the ugly women, like, oh, she's a witch. She's enticing my husband. No, your husband just chasing after because she looks better than you. So, but now when they get caught, oh, she's a witch. And now, what was the superstition to that? Okay, if we throw her in the river and she doesn't drown, or if she drowns, then she's not a witch. If she doesn't drown, she'll walk. Or we burn her with fire, see what happens. You're
Right.
gonna die either way. But all of this was just, yeah, still the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
All of that was
man.
all just people's fear. And then they use people's fear to control them. And that's the one thing about religion that's why I don't believe in religion. I do
Yeah.
believe in God, but I don't believe in religion for the simple fact that religion is just used to control the masses. They keep you in fear. Like most languages, there was no word for guilt and stuff like that.
Right.
They had to create a word that came from the Westerners when they started being missionaries, bringing this stuff to the original people of the land.
Well, just now that goes back to like you were saying, the word Jesus, the letter J wasn't even invented when they kept calling him Jesus.
Right?
The letter J just got invented
Exactly.
500 years ago. And we
And
know, it's like we have to really start to unpack all of this stuff that they tell us, man.
right,
I don't care who you are on a daily basis. You should unpack something that your mother told you that no longer serves you in your future. If it doesn't serve your future, get it out your head on a daily basis. You
right,
know, I do my best to wake up every day with a clean mind. Like I don't even want to remember the task I did yesterday. Whatever I'm gonna do today from this day forward, it's like it's gonna be a new task because I didn't do it yesterday. And
right,
I do my due diligence to finish anything that I started yesterday so that I don't have to bring that into my future. So just like I was
right,
listening to the young girl, he was explaining or he was giving the definition. He made this young cat read the definition of future. In the future is anything that is written or spoken after that. Anything after that, anything after you say, whatever you say right now is the future. See what I'm saying?
hmm
So if I wrote it down, that's future.
yeah,
But if I keep reliving yesterday, I'm never going to get to the future
Right.
right,
because all I do is repeat. I keep repeating. Now, like I say, that's generational conversations. It's not generational curses. So if I keep repeating what my grandmother told me, what my dad or my mom told me, I'm always living in the past.
yeah. It's like driving a car, looking in the rearview mirror.
And you ain't never going nowhere but in a wreck.
Nope, that's it.
I always
Yeah.
had one question. Well, actually, I had multiple questions, but the whole thing with bad luck and the black cats crossing the path. How in the hell is it that if you throw salt behind you, it's supposed to reverse the curse? I just salt.
And what is salt? Yeah, what is that gonna do for you?
Right.
You know what I'm
What,
saying?
does it have to be kosher,
Well,
bath salt? Can
Yeah,
it be
is it sea salt?
right?
Yeah, is it Himalayan
Yeah.
pink salt?
yeah,
Yeah, but
I
that
was
used
just
to
like,
be a
man,
thing in witchcraft. In order to keep ward off demons, putting salt in front of your doorstep so that they can't cross it.
Nah,
But hey, yeah,
I really, if you want to ward off a demon, you need to start thinking better about yourself and start thinking in a better
mm,
light. Yeah, you got it. You can't
yep,
think with them devilish thoughts. Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
you. Yeah,
warning
it's
off
you.
demons.
It ain't the demons outside. It's the demons inside.
it's the demons inside. Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember when I was in church and like, what'd you do about your demons? I was like, oh, I became friends with them.
you hear
Oh,
me?
they
That
all
part.
get answer.
And that's the
I
truth.
bet.
You can't beat them, join them.
And you can't lose like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because then now you know what to do with a bad person in your life or know to do with a bad situation. That's why I say I don't really do bad luck. I
Right.
made a bad decision
Yep.
because it didn't have nothing to do with luck.
Yeah.
If you got good luck, you doing right. You make a good decision. It's not good luck. It's
Yep.
because you did the studies on what it is that you were trying to accomplish and you accomplished it. It wasn't luck.
Exactly.
It was hard
Yeah.
work. It was me
Hey,
doing due diligence of what I needed to do in this world as a man to say, hey, man, let me read this information. Let me collect some more information. The more aware and the more informed you are, the better your decisions will be and the better outcome you will have in life. Because if you're not
exactly.
informed, you got people who want to always tell you what they think. I don't care what you think. I want to know what you know. Yeah, your thoughts ain't doing nothing for me, man.
Not a thing.
Man, I think this and I think that. No, you don't think. No, I don't need you to think for me. I need you to
Right.
know something. When I give you some
Yep.
information, it's because I done did the work. I done did the homework on it. I done looked it up. Okay, I heard this dude say it, so let me go look up what he was talking about, and now I know. So that way,
Hey.
I ain't got to give somebody some bullshit information to where they looking at me crazy.
Mhm.
And
They
you
like,
know,
man, you
And
know.
like with y'all remember the lucky rabbit's foot?
Hmm.
Like
yeah.
and they say everybody had a rabbit's foot. It brings you good luck. But look
Everybody
at
had
the
a
rabbit.
rabbit foot
Yep.
What kind of luck did the rabbit have?
Hey, none. And
with
he
his
got
foot
four.
missing. With his foot
Yeah.
missing. Call him
Yeah.
Toby. That was the
Hey,
dude called the rabbit Toby.
but you know,
Toobster.
back in the first person I heard say this, because I've heard it repeated many times, but Steve Harvey once said it explained that luck is when preparation meets up with opportunity. So
Right.
you create your own luck. So there's no such thing as good luck or bad luck. It's
Yeah,
being prepared and not being prepared.
that's it.
It's like I knew some guys that were kickboxers. Remember back in I think it was in 2003 when I first came back to the States. There was a show, they had a bunch of rappers. They would have these teams. They put it on TV where they were the rappers were picking their fighters, but the people were just anybody could come, any fighters in the New York area all showed up at this place and they were allowed to fight and compete. And all
Mhm.
they were doing was just the whole thing was if you stayed in shape, you had a better outcome. Because a lot of guys, if they're not preparing for a fight, they're not training as hard. So they can't go no 10 rounds or something. They might get in the ring and get winded with the first round. And
Right.
all of a sudden you see these guys like that was this brother. This one rapper's like, oh yeah, we already know he gonna do this thing. Come to
Right.
find out, this dude ended up fighting a friend of mine, this white dude from Poland named Peter Kalchevik. Got knocked out in the
Yeah.
first round. Got knocked
Huh.
out. But Pete trained every single day.
Well,
No,
first off, he
I
from
take that back.
Poland.
6 days a week. Yeah.
I
And
mean,
he
he from
Yeah.
trained people.
Poland. He gonna win anyway. That's like fighting a German. They
Yeah, well,
bred
they
for this.
fight like robots though.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, he stayed in shape. he was always prepared. So when it came about, his conditioning was better than the guys that's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go down here and try out, but they ain't been training every day.
Right.
So that was his preparation met up with the opportunity, and he ends up winning the event.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it was. So if people say, "Oh, he was lucky," no, he was prepared,
I was prepared.
and when the opportunity presented itself, he took control of it.
Yeah,
See,
that
that's
was
what
like
people that talk about. Luck, luck, luck. It ain't never luck.
it
Are
ain't
you
never luck.
prepared for what it is you getting ready to
Exactly.
do? If you're prepared, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do very well. If you're
Yeah,
not prepared,
yeah, it might get some luck. It's luck when you ain't did nothing and you still win and you still won.
yeah, like you
You
still
got
stuck
lucky.
in the same place that you were
You
years
got
ago.
a you got a lucky punch in.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that
But
is
now at
possible.
some point I can't say that because at some point he had to have fought, we had to have seen fight. So
Hmm.
that was a mental preparedness. Like I listened to Joe Dispenza and he says that he had three guys, three doctors, I mean three people, three sets of people on each side, right? Those who actually did the workout and those who
Hmm.
mentally worked out. The mentally worked out group was stronger than the ones who
Right,
actually did the workout.
right. I remember here, watching that episode. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. So
they were visualizing doing the exact same technique in their mind
exactly. And so it's
every
always a mental preparation that you have to have before you even do anything. You
yeah,
know, it's always two. It's always the first in the mind and then in the reality.
yeah. That's it. That's where I believe this all stems from. It's all
Exactly.
in the mind, and once it's in the mind, it becomes or it can become a reality, unless you change your mind, change your outlook, and that's the whole thing about personal or self development. Because a lot of it, like the superstitions, came from people just trying to figure out why things happen. They just needed a reason for something. For this
Right.
happened because of, and they'll look at, oh, basically it's just coincidence. A cat
Right.
walks across the road, somebody slams on the brakes, the car behind him hit him. Oh, that cat caused that, basically. But no, it was the guy who slammed on the brakes. Because you could have just
Because
hit the cat or kept
yeah,
going and probably would have missed the cat too.
because in early times, you know, without all this new science and stuff, people always tried to look at the patterns of life.
Exactly.
You know, so that's why, you know, they come up with this superstition thing because once that pattern was broken and it still happened, oh, now it's like, oh, he did this
Mhm.
because of this, and it's like you didn't accomplish this
Yes,
because you didn't do this, and it's like, nah, whole time he was doing something because you don't have to always put it out in the universe for you to win. You know, and that's the
right.
most time you win the most when you don't give it to the universe. You keep it in your head, mentally practicing, mentally rehearsing. That's why I always tell people
Mhm.
to mentally rehearse your future. It's like you mentally rehearse a play or a role in a movie that you're going to do. Whatever the case is,
Yeah.
when I used to do music, I used to read these rhymes all day, every day. Every time I thought about, I wanted to, because it's like you got to mentally rehearse your rhyme. You got to mentally rehearse it and you keep on saying it over and over and over and over, then now you can give it to over any type of beat because you know where the wordplay goes.
Hmm.
And
Yeah. Exactly.
that's just, you know, some good life lessons. Oprah said she never manifested. She's always when she doesn't write. When she said she doesn't write her manifestations down, she mentally
Right.
rehearses them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to do visualization before fights. I just go get in a quiet corner, lay down, and not visualize from the time they
Mhm.
called my name to walk in the ring till the time they were raising my hand at the end of the fight. Everything. Everything my opponent did, I'm moving, diving, ducking, but everything I threw was landing. Combinations, I visualized all of that. And then I
Mhm.
went in the ring and did it.
But
Just
that's
like
to
any
me,
of
that's like with any competition, you always want to do it like visually. Because if I
Mhm.
can
Yeah,
beat you up here, I'm gonna beat you in the physical.
Right,
that's it.
and the
That's
willpower.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Whoever has the biggest willpower or the strongest willpower, that's who gonna win that fight.
Yeah.
It's just like
You know,
going across the street or driving down the street and they have a black cat. Am I gonna stop? No. If I hit the cat, oh well. He has
Yeah.
8 more lives. Go
you
figure.
get
I don't
200
care.
For
points.
real.
Hey,
For
you get
real.
200 points for hitting black cats.
Right. Plus, if I hit him, the cat has 8 more lives to go, so he good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you don't know. Somebody else might hit him 8 times.
It starts over when you hit it.
Yeah, but it
But
said that.
yeah,
Go ahead.
superstition has always played a part in the black community because black people have been superstitious about so many things. Because, like I say, we hear it from my grandparents, we hear it from friends and neighbors, to whereas
Right.
that we don't even try to do the research no more. We just
Mhm.
go by what somebody says without even digging into the research. And it's like if we don't do the research on what somebody said, if we don't research the researcher, we'll never see more than what we have. And without
Yeah.
that, without having more, without being more, becoming more, let me say, they ain't gonna say being, but becoming more than who we are right now, this culture of ours is gonna always be behind the 8 ball, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like when we spending trillions of dollars instead of investing trillions of dollars into ourselves, that's why people think that
Mhm.
we're going to be broke by 2053. That's why they think we're going to be nothing but it's like, nah, we got a lot of people waking up, man. I looked at
Yeah.
a post the other day and the lady was talking about, hey, we should just stop going to work, stop doing everything for a week or two. And it's like, try it for 30 days. You will shut the whole government down and they will have to give you what we need. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They have
They
to.
have to give you
Like, man,
concessions.
come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll create our own recession. Don't allow them to create the recession.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We create our own recession. Y'all got all this money, put it up, and don't give it to them for 30 days.
And
Bro,
watch
start
that
growing your
become big.
food. Start growing your land. Start growing everything on your land. And that
Yeah.
way you can survive for them 30 days that you're not. And a lot of people just really stop eating the meat and you will start healing yourself.
Yeah.
This disease and the kidney failures and all of this stuff will stop happening.
Yeah.
I keep
And I mean,
That's
listening.
true.
Now this I had some watermelon left over, so I said, let me blend it up and put it in the juice. You know,
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't finna waste it. You
yeah,
know?
Right.
might as well drink it because they sell it in the store. You can go to Walmart or Dollar Tree out here and it's in a can, but it's watermelon juice. All it is water with chunks of watermelon. It's watermelon water with chunks of watermelon in it.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
like nah,
They're not
we
wasting
gotta
anything.
start put ourselves in better positions and stop listening and start
And get it away from us.
and start informing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Teach yourself, be a self-taught. That's why they got self-millionaires, self-made millionaires.
Yeah.
Because they did their own homework, they did their own thing, you know, and that's where I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna do, but I'm just say like that's where things have to start coming from because we can't keep on depending on a government who's not ever doing nothing for us. We've been Democrats for 60 years. Democrats ain't did nothing in 60 years
Neither
for,
side
for the
is.
black community.
Yeah. And
Right.
only
And
see them around election time when they show up at the churches, at the picnics, because they need your vote. Then you
yeah.
That's it.
don't hear nothing from them after that.
I'm
But
in office. Yeah, I'm in office now. I don't need you. I
yeah,
appreciate
exactly.
y'all.
Until the next election cycle. Then they'll
Now
come back out.
I
How
gotta
can I
figure
help
out
you?
how can I fill my pockets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
And it's like no matter where you are in the world, they have superstitions like
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Even in China, they avoid the number 4.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, they
I know
like
that.
they avoid the number 4 because like when you say 4 in Chinese, it sounds too much like the word debt. So
Hmm.
like the real estate, like even like in their apartments, they literally skip over the number 4, or they have like if you're say for instance you're on flat, 314. Like,
Mm.
and Mike's in 315, 314.
Yeah.
It costs like it'll be a lot cheaper to rent your apartment than to rent his because 4 is a bad number. Like on the license
Wow.
plates, they avoid
Wow.
using the number 4.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
the Chinese are real superstitious people.
Oh, absolutely. Even at their
They are
menu, it's
more
like, hey,
superstitious than nearly
like
any other
there's no such
nationality.
thing as like, let me get a number 3 or let me get a number 4. The 4, no,
Yeah.
it can't do it. Not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep. And
It
you know,
sounds.
it says here that
Go ahead,
science
Mike.
explains superstition. It says science explains superstition as pattern seeking behavior, fear of uncertainty, psychological conditioning, cultural tradition, and confirmation bias. Basically,
Mm.
everything that we just said,
Right.
just in different terms. Yep.
Yeah, that's
And then,
crazy, man.
yeah, they say
And,
people remember the hits and forget about the misses. So when they say something is superstitious, if something happens that confirms that to them, oh, see, I told you. But they forget about all the time that a black cat walk across and it ain't changed nothing. Or on the 13th, when people hit the lottery, they forget
right.
about all that stuff. All they see is when something bad happens
But see,
in
that
those
goes back to
situations.
yeah, that goes back to what we were saying about a mindset. You know what I'm saying? That negative
Mhm.
mindset versus the positive mindset. You know,
Right?
you want to always feel like, people talk about, oh man, it's magic. I mean, it's voodoo, this and that, but voodoo is really healing. Voodoo was a healing thing. It's not a dirty thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we
It
keep
wasn't like black
on,
magic.
yeah, we keep on adopting these ideologies of people who don't really have a clue of what it is that they need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, I know my mama said that, but did you research what your mama said?
Mhm.
She said it, but did you research it? Did you do your homework on it?
And that
Because
is a
if
lot
we
big
don't
part of
do,
the problem.
yeah, that's the biggest problem in the black community. We always going by what they say. He
Yeah.
say, she say. Well,
That's
such and
it.
such said. That's
Ignorance.
like the lady who on 227 who said,
Mm.
you
My
know,
show.
I such and such said, I said
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, So we got to, and we pick up on that, and you'll see so many women, they gossip about things that somebody else said
Right?
instead of putting them women in front of each other and having an adult conversation.
Yep.
You got people out here fighting because of somebody said something, and it's just like it's crazy sometimes that we grew up like this, man. Because I done did it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
me, I'm going straight to the source. Hey, what's happening, Brandon? What you got a problem with me, dog?
Yeah.
No, man.
Mhm.
Well, somebody said you had a problem, partner. Maybe you need to check them. Because if you got a problem with me, man, we gonna go out right here.
Yep.
But so
And
that's
take care of
what I heard about it too was this right here. It says that um it was the need to control, you know what I'm saying?
you.
And
Yeah.
superstition gave people a feeling of influence over the uncertainty. So they can beat the odds. They can beat, oh man, just
Right.
because I'm saying this or I'm doing this. Like we want to talk about earlier, talk about the socks, Serena and her socks,
Hmm.
you know, or Michael Jordan his undershorts. And you know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta really look within ourselves, man, to find out anything we need to know about any superstition, man. Because if you break these patterns, you break these habits, you'll find yourself in a new light. You'll find yourself doing things differently. You'll see yourself knowing more. I ain't gonna say believing more. You're gonna see yourself
Right.
knowing more because you
Yeah.
did the homework. That's why it was called homework, man. You can sit at
Yeah.
the crib and get
Homework.
smarter than you can sit at home and get smarter than what they teach you at school.
Yeah. You're right. So right. Then it says that even if the supernatural claim is unproven, the psychological effect can still be very real because belief influences behavior. So if a person believes they are lucky, then they may become more confident, more focused, more optimistic, more willing to take opportunities or chances. So it's all about your mindset. It has nothing to do with something that's supernatural.
That's right. Because
But then the same
naturally,
thing.
yeah, because
Mhm.
naturally the brain is always going to look for a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And everything we do is always looking for the connection. So once we
Hmm.
get our brains to connecting up, what it says, a heart brain coherence, that's when your body's full alignment.
Right.
Or your heart, is it heart, brain, and gut? It's a three. I think it's the gut, brain, and the heart. If they become in alignment, you got a healthy gut. Your heart's pumping pure, good, and your mind is clear. You
Right.
will you will accomplish way more than somebody who eats bad, who smokes
Hmm.
with bad heart and lungs, and somebody who stays foggy brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You breathe better. You move better. You got more flexibility. Your
Yeah,
joints are not stiff.
that's what
Yeah.
detoxing is about.
Yeah. Getting you back on that path. But then it said here that likewise, negative superstitions can create fear, hesitation,
That's right.
anxiety, or self sabotage.
That's right.
And
And that's the truth.
that's exactly what it is. And I was in Spain on Ibiza one time, me and my daughter's mother. Now, we're walking through the hills going up to this little village, and they got a lot of gypsies over there. This gypsy woman comes out and she looks at us and she looks right at my daughter's mother says, "He ain't never gonna marry you. He don't love you." Meanwhile, we had already been married for 4 years. I mean 5 years. We had already been married 5 years. And it was actually five more before we ended up getting divorced. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, so they would tell you what they want to. It's like, how can you believe somebody telling you about your future because they might have ulterior motives? You
Yeah,
never know.
man.
They tell you. It's
Yeah.
like I was telling you the other day when we was talking. Like there was this story on Bob Proctor said it when he
Yeah.
was doing his training on You Were Born to Be Rich.
Exactly.
He was telling the story. It was like a newspaper article that was sent to him about a man who went to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller told him that he was going to die by a certain age. So he was close to that age, and all of a sudden he worked in a railroad yard. So now he goes in one of these refrigerated cars that was on the track that was supposed to be loaded, but it was actually empty. He goes
Mm.
inside, door locks behind him, and he starts to panic. He's banging and banging, trying to get out, but in the rail yard, nobody hears him.
Right.
So he's in there like it's like early evening when he goes in, but the paper was saying what everything because the dude started writing messages on the wall like, "Oh, it's getting so cold. I'm so numb. I can barely feel my finger. I can't move my limbs." And he kept writing stuff on the wall to the point where he said, "Okay, this might be my last comment," and he ends up dying. But when he was found the next morning, the guys got him, and it was like, there's no way that he should have died because the railroad car that he was in, it wasn't connected, so it wasn't freezing inside. There was no reason that he should have died from hypothermia. It was all in his mind because he really believed that he was going to die by that time, and that was the situation, and he killed himself with his mind.
Man.
So in those situations, that's why I would say superstition is true. It is real for the simple fact that what you tell your mind can create in reality.
But that's not a superstition. That's just your mind creating your reality.
Exactly. The thing is, the
That's not even
suggestion to him,
superstition.
he believed it though. He believed it was superstitious. He
So
Right.
that
believed the
means you
woman
can
when
believe
she
that you can
told
last
him.
longer in bed as long as your mind tell you can. Then you can go longer than 3 minutes.
Yep. Now the thing is your body gonna always keep up.
And stay in shape.
Well, if you drink
4% body
watermelon
fat,
That's
juice,
nigga.
it.
If you drink
Yep.
watermelon and cucumber juice, it will.
Think it's a game?
Eating right, exercise. Yeah,
Yeah. Do your daily line of coke.
absolutely.
We good.
No, don't do
Oh man.
no coke,
But
y'all.
not
No
it's like if you
cocaine.
think about it, there's a superstition in avoiding superstitions.
How about
Yeah,
that? How about that? That's
So
too crazy.
I'll go for
Yeah,
that.
that's definitely something to go for. So that's
It
what we
also
that's what
go
really
ahead.
is, man. We gotta really pay attention because sometimes we connect unrelated events and treat coincidences as meaning that if I tell myself this lie 100 times, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
That's all that is.
yeah. It's like we were
Sometimes
saying
we
last week.
connect unrelated events and treat coincidences as meaning.
Mhm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and that's superstition. So, like we said, if you tell a lie often enough, it becomes true.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's basically what superstition
That's
is.
why my truth is
You
my
telling
truth.
yourself, yeah,
Even
Yeah.
when
exactly.
skiing. You know how many times I thought about like, damn, what happened if I go off the cliff? And then it's like going down like, nah. But I
Mm-mm,
do like to
going.
stand over there and just like look off the edge of the mountain because I mean I love heights. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't do this, don't
Mhm.
do that. Like, man, come on, dog.
Yeah.
That's the quickest way to kill yourself.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What,
I had
jumping
a
off a cliff?
I mean, that too, but you know, across the street instead of down the road. But yeah, jumping off a cliff. And then what I would hate about it is even if I was a jump,
Mm-hmm.
what happened if I don't die? I'm gonna just be bruised up. And
you
that's
a
the
Fucked up
worst
for
failure.
the
way
rest of
to
your
avoid
life.
it.
You just a failure, man.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
can't even kill
you
yourself.
can't
That's
even kill
crazy.
yourself right. Like, damn.
Hey, that's like
It was a
somebody
movie.
shooting
Hey,
themselves in the head and then they miss the brain.
hey, did
Yeah.
y'all remember that movie? It was a movie like that.
Hmm.
The dude was trying to kill himself and he couldn't kill himself. I forgot the name of that, man. I ain't watched movies in so long, but that right there was a trip. The dude was steady, like, man, you was such a failure. You can't even kill yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because he was depressed because things wasn't going his way. He's like, you know
Mhm.
what? I'm gonna just kill myself. And he tried like 2 or 3 times. And he said, look how fucking sorry you are. You can't even kill your
That's messed
It's
up.
like, bro, what the deal? But now, man, we do as people, man. We should do more research within ourselves. Jim Rohn, I always reflect on Jim Rohn's words. He said, do more work on yourself than you do on your job,
Yeah.
where you will become more. You will see yourself in a different light. You will not be the failure that you think you may be. You know, no, well, my
Right.
mom and my dad did this. We didn't have this. Regardless of what you had back then, you got education and you got the chance to have a more educated mind right now than you did back then. They did,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like
It's a
it's a
lot easier
hope.
to get information. Yeah. So much easier to get the information now because you can just Google it, go to Chat GPT. You ain't got to go read the book from cover to cover to get the information.
Yeah.
But that was
But you
a good
should,
way to
you
get it.
should, you
Yeah.
should want to read the cover to cover. But like
Yeah. 'Cause
I
that's where you
learned
get
this.
the most information.
Right.
Hmm.
I learned this phrase in health coaching, life coaching class. It says, what's easy to do is easy not to do.
Easy not to do. Yeah.
That stuck with me
Absolutely.
forever, man, because it's like, it's easy. Like, when I went to Texas, I was eating chopped beef and kicking it and drinking tequila. I said, man, I don't even do this. And then I
Hmm.
got into an accident. I said, see, I ain't supposed to be doing this stuff right here.
Right.
That's why
Because
I
you ate
don't
the
do
chopped
it.
beef.
Eating chopped beef and drinking tequila. I don't do it. I wasn't supposed to be doing it. So that's why the bad situation happened. So that superstition was at the reality. The reality of it is, I said I wasn't gonna do it no more. The superstition part is, I believed it. I believe the fact that the reason that this happened because of this.
That made it a superstition.
That made it a
That's all it
superstition.
is. It's a belief. It's always a belief. And the thing is, nowadays, superstition is not so it's not so prevalent because of education. Because
Yeah,
educated people are not superstitious. It all came from people who didn't know it. They didn't know any better.
that
That's
part
all they
right
knew.
there.
They didn't know any better, and this was their reason behind it. And then it
Hmm.
says that throughout history, superstition has also been tied to spiritual beliefs, ancient survival instincts,
Right.
religious traditions, folklore, and human attempts to explain the unknown.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the information that we have now. So this was their way, their attempts would come
Mm.
up with reasons behind it. So
Well, like you said, do your own research behind it because what your mama grew up believing, you don't have to believe that.
Right.
mhm. And
I
then
mean,
there's the
back
power
then
of
they thought
suggestion.
sussing cured everything. What the hell is
Yeah.
sussing anyway? But yeah, give them sussing
Right.
and feel better.
Give him some testing. Yeah, he
Yeah,
need that
Yep.
too. He need that good old yellow.
yeah. I broke my arm. Put some tussin on it.
Put some
Yeah.
testing on.
Yeah, that's
Give
it.
him some of that testing.
Cat and some carnivore. Ugh.
So the different civilizations developed different superstitions. So they said ancient Egyptians linked one's superstition to gods and the afterlife.
Mhm.
Then the ancient Greeks and Rome, they used signs, dream, astrologies, and to predict their outcomes.
Right.
And then I think it said, okay, in parts of China, numbers became associated with luck or death because of language and symbolisms, like Karma was saying.
Numerology. Mhm.
Yeah, so but then all of a sudden when the Americas was built up, many of the African, indigenous, and European traditions blended spirituality, ancestry, survival wisdom, wisdom into everyday rituals. So then they start putting everything together. Oh yeah, this civilization blends with this civilization. Now they all superstitious on one accord now because they come over here
Mhm.
and they done blended all them lies together.
Right.
But man, like we said before, though, everyday superstitions survive because emotions are stronger than logic in some areas. In some days,
Right.
on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis, you got some people who believe more emotional, who feel more emotional than they do think logically rather. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I do
so
have one
you
thing
know,
to say after that. Because
Mhm.
even in the biblical days, they had superstition. Samson.
Yeah.
People
cutting
thought
my hair.
Mhm.
that, yeah, like, oh, he lost his power, he lost his strength because the hair.
Yeah,
Like, really? Come on.
yeah.
Uh, ah.
Get
It's
out.
just, it's yucky.
Now nobody want to mess with Samson. I mean Delilah. Nobody want to mess
Yeah,
with Delilah now.
Right.
She over here. You bad luck, man. You just did that to
yeah.
him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He shouldn't have been cheating.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Short and simple. It's not because I cut your hair.
I cut your hair now. What you gonna do?
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
equivalent now to one of these YNs. His girl get mad at him, so she cut his dreads off.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You crazy, man. You done did this, me.
Yeah.
I was the hardest. I was the hardest. Now I'm not nothing.
Now, Michael.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Mike Jack was bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Mike bad. Man, nah, bro. But yeah, this is just like where we come up with this understanding of we have to research ourselves more, man, and break these bad habits and break these bad patterns that we've created throughout the years that we've accumulated. We may hear something, but then when you get up in the rising, you can create a whole new you every day.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's not even the fact of. It's like that's the facts. It's the truth. Well, the fact that I can't do that because no, you made that excuse. You
Yeah.
keep putting them bad thoughts in your head why you can't do something and why you think this ain't working because of this. The whole time it's just to stop with the bullshit excuses and the procrastination. Stop with the lies. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Stop with the
That's it.
lies.
That's it.
Cause it gets better. You know, I'm living proof. Mike and Karma living proof. You know,
Mhm.
Karma he used to do cocaine every day, so we gotta, applaud
And I
him for
mean, you
that.
saying used to like it was a past tense. Come on, baby. I gotta make money to keep my habit
I
going.
gotta keep my habit going, man. What you think this is? A little monkey shoulder and some cocaine. That's what this is.
Yes,
Yeah, a little monkey shoulder and some cocaine.
that's it. I got
Y'all,
the master plan.
we do not condone cocaine or monkey shoulder drinking. Please don't do it.
We don't
We do
condone it,
not.
but
Do
I have a
it
plug.
responsibly.
You say got a plug on it. You got the plug.
But nah.
No. But yeah, bro, it's some good stuff though. I love these researchers when we do these type of things. And I thought about it, Mike. I was like, is that gonna be good for an hour of conversation? And it turned out better than I expected.
Yeah. It's actually good.
Yeah.
I
Stevie
think
Wonder made a song about it. Like he go.
yep.
Right.
There's superstition hanging on the wall. This
Write
is
it on the wall.
writing on the wall. I'm talking about hanging on the wall. Right? Because we used to hang and chill.
Yeah.
Hang and chill. What was that movie? Rosewood. Ah,
Yeah.
them boys there. Superstitious movie right there. Rosewood. Was that Rosewood or what was that?
I don't
Where they
remember
were
what Rosewood was
chilling and
about.
hang. It was the three dudes. Oh man, I forgot the movie. But it was a young black dude. And then I forgot the name of it. It's all good. What you got on to go out, Mike? Give us something good to go out on, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with some superstitions are fake in reality, but real in the mind. And the mind is powerful enough to change behavior, decisions, confidence, fear, and even your destiny.
Dang, that's the truth. Come on, I know you got something good. Let me get the pen.
I just want to say I only had one superstition. I made sure to touch all the bases when I hit a home run. Reasons shape the future, but superstitions infect the present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
true.
All I'm gonna say is do what Jim Rohn say. Do more work on yourself than you do on your job. That way you won't have to worry about superstition. And
Absolutely.
quit taking your grandmama's information to the future with you. Leave it where it's at. It helped you for what that part of your life was. Now it's time to move forward with new values, new morals, you know what I'm saying? Because the morals can get better. You just got to have more structure in your home. Put more structure in your home, ladies, because allowing them kids to be your friend will turn them into things that you don't want them to be. You know?
Mm,
So without the
sure.
structure, mind wanders. And don't allow them to have a mind until they're old enough to think for themselves. Give them,
Mm,
you know, yeah. But hey, man, y'all know, man, we're going to do it again next week with another great topic to have a discussion about because that's what we do over here. We educate, we try our damnedest to help you self develop into a better human, into a better soul, into a better person. We outside, doing our homework, doing our due diligence. So, man, when y'all come back next week, hopefully we can help y'all advance more and get to a better space, man. Peace. Until the next time.
peace.
yeah.
Peace.
Have a good one, fellas. Good show.
Yes, sir.